there we go. I'm going to change the title because we're still playing through this game.
Have you thought of something to put in that drip bag yet? Nothing dangerous, obviously. Maybe just something brightly coloured to frighten her.
Okay. So, welcome back to the Supreme League of Patriots, Chapter 2. I did have to look it up if you were here with us yesterday. So, we're at a point where we need to put a liquid into a bag to get the nurse to sign us off. And to do that, we gotta go in here and we gotta pick up this soda bottle, which I had no clue existed.
Kyle loves grape soda.
That sounds familiar, yet not quite right.
I am tempted to just drink it, but I don't dare.
I hate to be the one to tell you, but with or without the grape soda, the diet is not working.
It's not that worries me. I can't find the fly on these spandex pants. I should take it with me in case of emergencies.
Who the hell has a soda-related emergency?
2 words. New Coke.
Okay, and then what you do is you go in here, you take this, you put it on that.
1 grape soda drip coming up.
Alright, now let's go and move on with this game.
It's the newest and arguably best way to get your daily dose of grape soda.
Perfect for the consumer who likes the concepts of diabetes, gout and tooth decay, but hasn't got the energy to lift a bottle to their lips.
I'll just put this back here with the others, and Nurse Julie will never notice the difference.
Yeah, so long as she's colourblind or currently having a stroke.
She seems to have not noticed.
Well, what do you know? She did take the purple one.
You see? I'm not as stupid as I look.
You couldn't possibly be. No one could possibly be.
What do you think will happen?
Who knows? Medical students spend years studying the effects of intravenous beer and whiskey, but I don't think anyone has studied the effects of intravenous grape soda.
I think we should probably get out of here before Nurse Julie comes back out again.
Some bloody superhero you are, running away from a potentially annoyed goth nurse.
Well, are you hanging around?
Fuck no.
So, well, I guess we can go here. Tell him that she just gave him an IV full of grape soda.
About that angel of mercy we were telling you about.
Oh yes, have you found me some evidence? Purple Pants, stop leading me on, you...
Down.
Well, I did stop a...
He's got.
I've...
Okay, I thought maybe we could. Alright. We probably just had to go somewhere and go straight back, I hope.
Which one of you contaminated my saline drip?
Contaminate is such a judgmental word. Can't we just say poisoned?
Miss, it was just youthful hijinks. Harmless fun from a couple of college students.
Yeah, we're huge Minnesota Vikings fans. We wanted to make your patient's face purple so he'd look like a fan too.
What a crock.
Oh, God. You're right. It's pointless lying. There are no Minnesota Vikings fans.
I'm not even a
Thanks
sports
to
fan.
you, little jerks. My patient is currently recovering from severe diabetic shock.
Nurse, be fair. We couldn't possibly have known your patient was diabetic.
He wasn't.
Oh.
After your little prank, he had a blood sugar level of 19. That's 1 point short of what we call the Gingrich factor.
Ooh.
You are officially discharged from this hospital. Here are your papers.
Yay.
Aren't you concerned about the loss of my insurance money anymore?
Not really. Our lawyers will be suing your insurance company for the expensive diabetes treatments we'll be giving to the patient you just diabetized.
Diabetized. Alright, now we can go get some money. Some cash moolah.
This little piece of paper says that I'm sane.
Actually, if you look at the fine print, it doesn't say that you're sane at all. It just says that you're now legally permitted to purchase fully automatic firearms. Some people would argue that a desire to do the latter would preclude the former.
Oh, that's a jab at America. And we deserve it.
I'd like my check now, please. I have my discharge papers from Lakeview Hospital right here.
Okay, these appear to be in order.
Awesome! Then we'll just be...
However, I need your passport to verify you are who you claim to be.
But you were at the theater! You know it's me!
I don't recognize you.
You said you were going to make my life hell!
To be fair, it's not unheard of for complete strangers to tell you that.
You could be anyone coming in here off this street. I see 10 guys a day dressed like you.
Really? He looks like a keep fit pimp.
Let me put this in terms even you could understand. No passport, no check.
All right, ma'am. There's no need to be condescending.
It's hard not to be condescending when you're talking to an idiot.
Aha! You do remember him.
Let's just see what she says about...
Just so long as you know, I'm paid to speak with you, but I don't have to make life easy for you. I'm going to make your life a living hell.
Whoa, you sounded just like my Sunday school teacher there for a second.
Okay, lady, I brought my passport.
I guess we already
Now,
had it,
may
so...
I have my check?
This looks nothing like you.
Well, that's a blessing at least.
I can't take this as identity verification.
Of course it doesn't look anything like me. I'm in my alter ego mode in that photo. I can't very well have another passport with me wearing my costume, can I?
Hardly. You'd never get that bloody hat in the photo booth.
You'll have to come back looking like your alter ego if you want this check.
Hey, cut me some slack here, will ya? I can't just start getting undressed on the street, can I?
Not unless we make absolutely sure there's no cops around this time.
This time.
Fine, I will accept a fresh photograph of you as your alter ego.
That's all for now, miss.
We have the camera.
I have a few photos already on the...
Oh.
No. Good.
Haven't you troubled me enough?
These games don't make it any easier.
You wouldn't happen to have a photograph of my constant companion, would you?
Why the hell would I have a photo of your... Oh, you mean Kyle, don't you?
Of course I mean Kyle. What else would I mean? He's a handsome chap. You must have some photos of him, right?
None you could show your maiden aunt. Besides, that receptionist is going to want one that's taken today. You'll just have to find a way to transform back into Kyle.
For some reason, I have no recollection of how I changed from Kyle into me in the first place.
Being hit in the head repeatedly.
I see. That would explain the short-term memory loss. Doesn't sound like something I should try again, though. Although it would explain the short-term memory loss.
Such a classic joke.
There can only be a finite number of ways for superheroes to change back and forth into their alter egos. Just try the most obvious.
That's all for now.
Well, the most obvious.
What the hell would I want to take a picture of that for?
Superheroes are often photojournalists when they're not on a mission.
Very clever. It would enable me to blend in.
Dressed like that, you couldn't blend in even if you were in the audience of Soul Train.
I don't really need to call anyone right now, which might be...
Okay, so maybe... Alright, gotta take the extra step.
I can't get changed without transforming back into Kyle.
Plus, you have a dozen
Not a chance. It's stuck.
Oh.
You do have an empty bottle.
It's my...
It'll just be a click around until we figure something out, I guess.
It's a...
Who needs public
Well, they're...
presumably for people whose...
I don't... It's n...
That does... Mate. That...
I am... Thank... I just... How's that patient we poisoned? Is he improving?
He's in a state of severe shock.
Oh yeah? Why? Did you just show him the bill?
Diabetic shock, you numbskull. His blood sugar level's 19.
What's your blood sugar level again?
23.
Rumour has it that Hershey's wants to drain his blood and fill chocolate cups with it.
Well, it's back to talking to Mel.
How do I change back into Kyle, old friend?
Well, you just change your clothes and ruffle your hair a bit, don't you?
Oh no, that's not it at all. If I did that, I'd still be me. I'd still be thinking like the Purple Patriot.
Are you telling me that you've got two distinct personas in that head of yours? No wonder it's so big.
What could my change mechanism be?
How should I know? You didn't come with an instruction manual, you know. What do other superheroes do?
Go into phone booths, spin around madly, get incredibly angry, and ignite their bodies to a surface temperature of 3 million degrees Celsius.
Well, try them out then. All except that last one. You really want to be entirely sure that's the right one before doing that.
That's all.
Okay. So, again, you had to freaking...
I don't really need to call anyone, right?
No.
It's a... What?
Mate,
Maybe I need the camera equipped. It's in the door.
You'd better take the camera. If this works, I want to change back again as soon as possible.
do you know you've got some photos already on this card?
No, those are just the sample pictures which came with the camera.
No, they're not. The timestamp shows they're recent.
Don't look at those!
Oh my god. I can't believe my eyes.
Well, that's it. Now you know my shameful secret.
I can't believe it. Where do you keep them?
In a lockbox next to the closet.
Do you feed them? Is it safe to get them wet?
Of course! They're not gremlins, you know.
And you've got all of them?
Yep. All the ones who didn't end up as lunch for next door's cat, anyway.
Wow. You're like a real-life Gargamel.
Foreshadowing.
No luck, old chum. I guess this is not the right method.
At least give it a chance, mate. You can't just galumph in there and expect it to happen automatically. You have to put some effort in. You have to generate some energy.
You think?
Of course. If it happened just by walking into the phone booth, superheroes would never be able to phone their spouses to tell them they'll be late for dinner. There's obviously a knack to it.
I guess that does make sense. All right, I'll give it a shot.
Where's he going?
I hope he's coming back. He had my subway ticket in his pocket. Can we go again? I had the shutter speed all wrong.
I fear this wasn't the right technique to turn me back into Kyle.
In retrospect, we probably should have known you were on the wrong track when it didn't work the second you stepped in there. Now, don't punch the messenger. What was next on your list?
Spinning around like a whirling dervish.
That's a relief. After all the accidents you've had lately, getting you to spin around madly can't possibly go wrong.
I think it's the coin box from the phone booth. The integrity of the box appears to have been compromised by the impact when the booth was demolished.
You mean it's open, right?
It is now. The integrity. There's a lot of money in here, but it's all in quarters. I don't want to be carrying all these around in my pockets.
Have you even got pockets in those pants?
God, I hope so.
Why?
I put an entire bag of peanut butter cups in what I thought were my pockets earlier. There's gonna be one hell of a mess if I don't have any.
You'll have to take your monthly shower early.
Oh, this game.
There must be $200 in quarters in here. I'll take the money with me.
Yeah, no sense leaving it here. Some bastard will only nick it.
Yeah.
Alright, so spin around. That means TV studio.
Okay, now take the camera. If this works, I want to be able to take the photo and change back pronto.
Yeah, okay. Hey, there's some photos already on here.
Yeah, you should probably leave those alone. They're probably really boring.
Yowza! So that's why you paid for that gym membership. Those are some impressive pectorals.
That's actually a dude. I went into the wrong locker room by mistake.
Yaha! I feel dirty and yet strangely aroused at the same time.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'll get the picture. Got it.
What do you mean you got it? I didn't change back into Kyle.
No, I know, but this video will get me $2,000 if they show it on Superheroes Do the Stupidest Things.
Well, there's nothing else left but to get angry.
Wouldn't it be the other way
Don't
around?
give up, mate. There's still hope.
No, I mean getting angry is the only method of transforming into Kyle that we haven't tried.
Right. I knew that.
Now how the hell are we going to get me angry?
That's a toughie. The Gay Pride March doesn't take place till June, otherwise that would have been a shoo-in.
I feel like that's a hint.
I'm...
What are you doing?
Taking a picture of Great Boy. We can tell Fruitcake that Nurse Julie did this to him.
What? Have you lost those last remaining shreds of what we optimistically refer to as your sanity? You're framing someone for a crime you committed.
It'll all work out in the long run. We'll stop Fruitcake from injuring the nurse, and she'll endorse me. Then, when I'm an official superhero, fully licensed and bonded by the state of New York, I'll be able to help many innocent citizens. It's a net gain, ethically speaking, old friend.
Ah, the old end justifies the means argument. It worked so well for Stalin, what could possibly go wrong?
Oh god. Well, this is a slightly different order than what I expected, but
About that angel of mercy we were telling you about.
Oh yes, have you found me some evidence?
Brace yourself. This is pretty horrific stuff.
Oh, Dawkins, that guy is nearly as purple as you, Purple Pants. Only he's purple in the face. What happened to him?
Nurse Julie tried to smother him with a pillow.
That's not strictly...
Can you see now what a witch she is? Something needs to be done about her. I'd do it myself, but people would think I was just seeking personal vengeance for what she did to me. But you could take her down.
Mate, I can't just stand here and let you... Ow!
She's over at the Lakeview Hospital. You should get over there right away before she gets wind you're after her.
Thanks, Purple Pants. I won't forget this.
Yeah, you won't forget this, all right?
Excuse me, what do you think you're doing?
Yeah, sorry, old chum. Couldn't risk you spilling the beans to the mincing monstrosity over there.
You kicked me, and you lied to that poor bloke. You've got him out there trying to arrest Nurse Julie for something you know she didn't do. What the hell happened to upholding the law, eh?
Look, old pal, the law is a bit like an overfilled suitcase. Sometimes you have to bend it and maybe even sit on it a while in order to close the case.
I can't believe you're justifying violence and dishonesty. I think those tights are cutting off the circulation to your brain.
I don't expect an assistant to understand the nuances of law enforcement, old chum. Just trust that I know what I'm doing and try not to worry your head about it.
Yeah, 'cause the patronising patriarch attitude makes everything alright again.
I don't know who to click on first.
I see your first mission was a spectacular success.
You never told me she was a goth. Goths are tough.
Quit your whining, you pansy! You got beat up by a woman. Do you have any idea how pathetic it is to see a man beaten up by a woman? It's degrading to the entire male gender.
What about when you got beaten up outside that Catholic girls' college because you were harassing some of the girls?
That's different. I was only 17 and she was a teacher.
She was a nun.
Exactly. Nuns are like religious ninjas.
Religious
Everyone
ninjas.
knows that. They're like the Gestapo in drag.
She gave you a nipple cripple.
I have very sensitive nipples. All right. Explain yourself, sissy. Tell me how you ended up in this sorry position.
All right, mate, lay off the poor bloke. Can't you see he's badly injured?
I'm giving him a chance to offer some mitigating circumstances for being bested by a girl. I'm trying to save him from becoming even more of an embarrassment to his parents.
When I got here, the Black Widow over there was looming over that patient she tried to smother. I knew I had to act quickly before she did something terrible to him.
So quick as a flash, you hit her bedpan with your head, laid down on the floor, and surrendered, right? You make me sick.
Will you knock it off?
I don't need to. Rocky Asiano over here already got it knocked off. By a girl.
I tried to restrain her. Really, I did.
So you did actually make the first move? You didn't just stand here and let her smack the crap out of you, did you?
No, I jumped on her and tried to get her down on the floor.
You jumped on a woman? I find that hard to believe.
He tried to mace me.
Probably carries it around in his purse.
I did my best, Purple Pants. She was just too strong for me.
You're under arrest for assault. You have the right to remain silent. Anything I want to hear from you can and will be beaten out of you in a dark room. Right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you have no rights.
It's the Miranda warning as read by Dirty Harry.
Hey, Nurse Beetlejuice, go call 911. Tell them we have a dirtbag in custody.
You don't need to have him arrested. He really wasn't much trouble.
Nonsense! Guys like this belong in jail, away from decent people.
This is some kind of joke, right?
Yeah, and it's on you, panty waist. Pull that screen, old friend. I'm going to unload some excessive force on this waste of oxygen.
You can't do that.
Sure I can. The police won't be here for a few minutes yet.
I mean, you can't beat someone up for a crime you instigated.
I didn't make him commit a crime. I just gave him the opportunity.
Have you any idea what you're becoming?
Yeah, a hero. Think it's fun to beat on a defenseless woman, do you?
I barely touched her. She did more damage to me than I did to her.
See? You're not only a dangerous, violent criminal.
You're a bad, dangerous, violent criminal.
dangerous, violent criminal.
What's going on here?
Lieutenant Griffith, thank you for getting here so fast. I caught this fiend trying to assault the poor, innocent nurse on the ward.
But you...
Stopped you before you could do any harm? That's right.
Ugh.
Lieutenant, I want
This
you to
game got
take
a
this guy
little
to the
cringy
station
right
and
here.
throw the book at him. And then maybe hit him with a chair. And do you still use those Billy Club things? Those are cool.
Sir, we don't use excessive force at the NYPD.
Oh, I wish you'd said something. I'd have given him more of a kicking before you got here.
I'll need the nurse to come to the station and make a statement, you know.
No problem. She'll be only too glad to tell you what a hero I was. Well, old friend, I got that commendation I needed. Don't you feel proud?
I feel sick.
I know exactly what you mean. Looking at a man in a skirt always has that effect on me. Among others.
Not about him, about you.
What did I do?
You committed entrapment, had the victim arrested, and then beat on him because you disapprove of his lifestyle.
Oh, get off your high horse, you do-good pansy. I didn't beat on him because of his lifestyle. I beat on him because he tried to assault the nurse.
Oh, well, that makes it all right then.
At this rate, I'm going to start to wonder whether you share his lifestyle.
What if I do?
Don't talk stupid.
No, really. What if I do? Eh? What then?
Then, well, I'm going to stop walking around the apartment naked, that's for sure.
If only you would.
Oh, we're done here. Apparently.
It says here that former Arsenal footballer Thierry Henry.
I wonder what... You...
Act. At. I can't get changed.
Plus...
I'm having a spot of bother getting angry, old friend.
Maybe if I found a gay, reformed Jewish immigrant who voted for Obama and smokes pot.
We're trying to get me angry enough to turn into Kyle, old friend. Not Godzilla.
Well, back when you were Kyle, any form of mental agility test used to get you pretty angry. Haven't you still got that puzzle cube in your room?
Have I really? Sounds perfect.
Oh,
I'm glad...
My old puzzle cube. Boy, this brings back some memories.
Like what?
There was this really nerdy kid in my class. He thought he was the bee's knees at anything remotely intellectual.
And he challenged you to a cube duel, did he?
He sure did. After school, with everyone watching, we battled to see who could finish the cube first.
And you surprised everyone by beating him.
No, he finished it in 45 seconds, and I hadn't even gotten the first side done. But when I lost my temper and threw the cube at him, that little putz lost 3 teeth and I broke his glasses. Ha! He never challenged me to a contest at anything ever again.
You really are a prince among men, aren't you? I meant Ponce, sorry.
It left a mark on his face that looked like he'd fallen asleep on a waffle iron. Yeah, I should take this with me, really. You never know when I might need to throw it at a nerd.
Pick up that cube and I delete your entire set of Kate and Ali wallpapers from the laptop.
I guess it's fine where it is. Are you kidding? I couldn't finish this thing when I was 12. Now that my brain has been atrophied by another 7 years of Mexican soap operas, rap music videos, and reality shows, I wouldn't have a chance.
It's probably defective.
You know, you're probably right. That would explain why I've never been able to solve it. Some kind of factory error meant it was assembled in such a way that it can't be completed.
I was talking about your brain.
Okie doke.
This should get me angrier than an episode of Real Time with Bill Maher.
Give me the camera then. If this works, I'll need it. Hang about, you've got some photos already on here. What the heck is that?
No, really, don't look at those. They're private.
It looks like a bunch of grapes being squeezed between two cantaloupes.
If you must know, I was checking to see whether my hemorrhoids had cleared up.
I feel sick.
Old chum, you don't think this particular transformation is a bit specific?
Don't know what you mean, mate.
I mean, does it only work on certain types of superhero? What would I do if I turned into an enormous green brute?
Dunno. Get a job selling sweet corn, I suppose. I'll stop being a pillock. You're not going to turn green. Just get on with it.
Well, if you're sure. This is easier than I remember it.
Peeling the stickers off isn't strictly part of the rules.
Right. I think there are more red squares than yellow ones.
That one's orange.
Son of a...
Anything moving is just drawn to your head, isn't it?
It's like I have a black hole inside my head.
I'm glad you said that and not me.
So now what? I've tried every method of transforming into Kyle and none of them worked.
Maybe we're being too abstract. Maybe we need to be more literal.
In what way, old chum?
Maybe you should just get into the closet and get changed.
Do you think we've been overthinking this, old friend?
Overthinking is not something I normally associate with you, but you never know.
Don't get even. Get mad. Well, I probably need
Just climb in and get changed, you reckon?
It's worth a shot, isn't it?
It couldn't hurt. Unless the lock gets jammed again and I get stuck in there for several days, which it almost certainly will.
I like a positive thinker.
But look away then!
Since when are you shy? People usually have to ask you to put clothes on.
I'm not shy. I have something in my closet I don't want you to see.
You've become very defensive about your closet since you joined the Scientologists.
Where's the light switch in here?
There's not a lot of call for lights inside closets.
Right. Gently does it. Gently does it. Son of a bitch! Those were my good tights.
You panic so easily. I'm sure they can be salvaged.
Not without a full moon.
Are you getting changed in there or putting up shelves?
There's not enough room in here to get changed. I keep banging my elbow on something.
Just try to finagle it a bit.
Whoa!
I guess that's why it's always Teller that gets in the box and Penn talks to the audience. I'm genuinely terrified of what I might see when I open this door. And I once saw the big guy in Speedos. We're a lion and a witch short of a copyright violation. I'm not going down there. Don't look at me like that. I have it in my contract that I don't have to do any stunts. What? He didn't? Bloody useless agent. Where the hell are we?
As far as I can make out, we're down in the bowels of the apartment building.
Ah, that would explain why there's so much shh.
It might just be me, but my head feels cold.
You've changed, mate.
I haven't. I'm the same laid-back guy I've always been.
No, I mean, you've really changed. You're Kyle again.
I am? Are you sure?
Let me check. What do you think of gay marriage?
Well, I appreciate the offer, but I think we should just...
Dumb quotient up, Nazi quotient down. Yep, you're Kyle, alright.
Dude, this is great news. Now we know how to transform me back and forth.
Yeah, just drop you from a great height. How convenient.
You should take my picture so we have proof of my secret identity.
It's such a cool concept. Like, he's actually, like, got powers and he's able to switch and stuff. I do like Kyle more than I like Purple Patriot, but
You know, I can't really decide if this poster is supposed to be advertising a fragrance or a rock band.
To be honest, mate, I don't think it matters. The only thing it makes me want to buy is rubber johnnies.
It's a poster for a Gyrosmith album. I love Gyrosmith, but I've never heard of this album.
I'm not surprised, mate. It was released before you were born.
You know, they're touring again soon. I may go and see them in Boston if I can get tickets. It would be great to see them play in their hometown.
That'd be cool. You know, the new tour is sponsored by South Central Stairlifts.
It's a tub chair. They used to be really popular back in the 70s, but not many people have chairs shaped like a tub these days.
To be fair, not many people have arses shaped like a tub either.
So that's why tub chairs are always so comfortable. It's a...
oh, what my ears melt.
I don't get lava lamps. They're not bright enough to illuminate a room, and they really don't have any other purpose.
Like many things which originated in the 60s, lava lamps require the use of a hallucinogenic substance in order to appeal to anyone. A bit like Tiny Tim. Now it really is Kyle, although he has all the memories of the Purple Patriot. Ordinarily I'd say this was weird, but with the week I've had, this doesn't even make the top 10.
If someone with multiple personality disorder tries to commit suicide, do the police treat it as a hostage situation?
See what I mean? Can I have a word, mate?
What's up, Mel?
How do you feel, mate?
Sorta groggy from when you landed on my head.
Yeah, but are you back to thinking and feeling like Kyle again?
I don't know. How do I set the laser printer to stun?
That's Kyle. I was wondering about when you change into the Purple Patriot.
Sure, Mel. What would you like to know?
What happens when you become the Purple Patriot? Are you still conscious of what's happening?
Oh yeah, I'm acutely aware of everything that's going on. I just don't have the ability to affect anything. It's a bit like being a Democrat president.
Doesn't it bother you, all the things that he says?
Of course, but it never really feels like it's me saying them. I feel like I'm a passenger in the body of someone with completely different values to me. It's like waking up and finding out you've been swallowed by Rush Limbaugh.
Well, he does always look hungry. What about longer term effects? I'm worried that your true personality is going to be permanently damaged by having to coexist with that bourgeois brute.
I think it'll be okay, Mel. I don't feel like my personality is being damaged so far.
But you're sharing a body with someone whose beliefs and values system are anathema to your own. Surely that must be putting an extraordinary strain on your brain.
To be honest, I don't really feel like he's using the brain much at all. He seems to be allowing other parts of the body to make most of his decisions.
Well, he does seem like a walking, talking gallbladder some days. That's all I wanted to know for now.
Sure, Mel. Good.
I can't find the camera right now, so I'll use my smartphone instead. Say cheeseburger.
Huh?
Perfect. I really captured that vague and confused look which epitomises the man.
So can I change back into the Purple Patriot now?
No. Maybe if we can get you to Nurse Julie, we can find some kind of cure for this horrific psychosis and get you back to being Kyle permanently.
But I don't like being Kyle. I'm so mellow and considerate when I'm Kyle.
What's wrong with that? You used to like being mellow and considerate.
I don't know. It just feels wrong now. It feels like I'm trying to be someone I'm not.
But
it's like having to wear a tuxedo when all you want to do is flop on the sofa in your PJs. You can understand that, can't you?
well, yeah, but
Cool. I'll go get changed.
wait.
Whee!
Old chum, everything went dark.
Other way.
Aha! There you are. It's good to be back in the old comfortable PJs.
Figuratively and literally.
It seems to me, old pal, that fortune might be smiling upon us.
That makes a change. Fortune has been taking a whiz on me since the day I left secondary school.
Judging by the time it took me to hit the ground, I surmise that we are actually below street level.
Well, you have had a lot of experience of gravity from a victim point of view, so I'm inclined to let you have that one.
Do you remember what the super said to us the day we took this apartment?
Hey, yous two ain't a couple of twinkle toeses, are ya?
After that, you asked him if there was a laundry room in the basement, and he said these buildings didn't have a basement.
It's true, I remember that.
You know what that means, don't you?
He's the senile old wanker I always said he was?
No. Well, probably. But it means he doesn't know this place exists.
Have I ever told you that you can be surprisingly cunning some days?
Never.
Well, no sense breaking the habit of a lifetime. Do you think this place is big enough for a crime cave, though?
It's perfect! We just need enough space for a state-of-the-art computer, maybe a small gym, and somewhere to park the Patriot mobile, of course.
Assuming we can ever find one.
What do you say, Melvin? Should we spend a big chunk of my compensation transforming this place into the Patriot Cave?
I dunno. I have some reservations.
You can buy the most expensive computer system known to man. Now, what's troubling you, old friend?
Eh? No, nothing. I was just saying I have reservations at Jimmy's Greaser-Armour tonight. So can we hurry up and get started?
You told him you could buy the most expensive computer known to man.
Alright, I have a photo of my alter ego too. Now, may I please get my check?
This photo could have been taken any time. How do I know you didn't just steal this from someone?
Listen, Toots. I've done everything you've asked of me. You wanted my discharge papers? I got them for you. You wanted my passport? I gave it to you. You wanted a photo of my alter ego? And I even got you that. Now, give me my dang check so you can get back to filing your nails or whatever it is you do all day.
Okay, fine. You can have your damn check. But just so you know, I'm not finished with you. I'm going to make it my life's work to destroy you.
You don't scare me, lady.
Yeah, if 20 Krispy Kremes a day hasn't destroyed him, what chance have you got? Come on, mate, let's get this check cashed and your Patriot cave built.
Oh, hell yeah! So, how about running me through all the new equipment, trusted sidekick?
Are you wearing clean underwear?
Paid for and signed off on all this stuff. How can you not know what we've got?
You know how I get with salespeople. They flash a pretty smile and a bit of leg, and I pretty much sign anything they put in front of me.
It was a man.
Was it? I never noticed that. Look, just tell me what all this crap I've paid for is, will you?
What is it with you and clean underpants?
Once bitten, twice shy.
Say no more.
You see,
Seriously, say no more. Ever.
It's my assistant, Melvin.
Much better.
Does it really matter what speed we drive when we're driving along a sewer pipe?
It does when you're the poor bastard that has to clean the shit off the upholstery.
It's the way out of the Patriot cave.
That reminds me, we need a bucket down here.
Why on earth do we need a bucket?
Because it's the only way out of the crime cave, and it's a bloody long walk when I'm working late and need to splash me boots.
I gave you a perfectly sensible suggestion to solve that, old friend.
I would not resort to that even if I was wearing waterproof tights.
What's with all the exercise machines? You haven't arranged a room share with Richard Simmons, have you?
I thought it would be handy for you to be able to keep in shape.
On further reflection, that is a sensible plan. We need to stay vigilant. Crime never sleeps.
I've heard that. Do you think it has a bit of a nap around tea time when the traffic gets particularly bad?
What's this, old friend?
Yeah, they interfere with the Wi-Fi. It does my head in how anything electrical we install here always has some kind of bizarre shortcoming.
What's with all the exercise machines? Tell me about the Patriot pewter.
Do we have to give everything a stupid name that begins with Patriot?
It's probably for the best. You know how easily I forget names. Old friend.
Right, well I'll skip the technical specs and get down to the functionality. It has a fully licensed, hardwired connection to the FBI database, criminal records, DVLU, Interpol, and more.
Impressive. What about news?
Thanks to the satellite hookup, it gets commercial news channels from all around the globe, as well as police, military and civil aviation broadcasts from North America, Europe and Asia. Also, for no apparent reason, it gets a hardcore Swedish porn channel called Volvarama.
Okay, do that.
I just had a thought, old friend. Women like men who are all toned with a six-pack. Which machine do you think I should use if I want to impress women?
An ATM.
What's my most pressing objective just now, do you think?
Well, your superhero license is pretty vital, but I don't think you qualify unless you've got a crime car of some kind.
That's preposterous, knowledgeable sidekick. All major criminal events take place in Manhattan because it's so much more cinematic, and no one needs a car in Manhattan.
I know. Imagine there's a cyborg army attacking Citigroup's headquarters in Tribeca, and you're stuck on the Cross Bronx Expressway.
Why would a cyborg army be attacking Citigroup?
What? Am I not allowed a little fantasy?
I'll get back to finding myself a Patriot mobile, old friend. As ever, your advice is sage and, disturbing. I called that auto shop in Bedford.
Couldn't they?
They said it.
Let's hope it didn't.
Now what?
Never mind, nerdy thing. Well, there's that bar where a lot...
Well, let's go to the bar.
We should be going.
Have you been injured in an accident at work? 4th degree burns when your exoskeleton developed an electrical fault? Call Murdoch and Walters personal injury attorneys on 555-0109.
That's Stan, the host of New York's most popular superhero hangout.
Besides the orphanage, obviously.
Are you?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I
I called.
This is not helping.
Never mind. I'm...
Jammy Dodger?
Yeah.
Retract fully when bathing.
For sale. Jet-powered helicopter. Fusion reactor needs attention. Spares or repair. For sale. 10,000-piece double-sided circular jigsaw puzzle. My wife didn't like me when I was angry.
It's a corkboard with various.
Here's one. 6.5-litre V8 supercar with twin propane injection turbo system. Hollywood cerise with matching fluffy dice and bunny sticker. Contact the Bleeding Heart.
It's a girl's car.
It would appear to be, yeah.
A car for girls.
Well, that's generally the idea.
A car that's been owned by a girl.
Again, your grasp of the situation is impeccable, but we appear to be retreading old ground.
The Purple Patriot cannot be seen driving a girl's car. It'll give people entirely the wrong impression of me.
What? It'll make people think you're rational, tolerant, and comfortable with your own sexuality?
Exactly! And we all know what type of person is confident in their own sexuality. All of us normal people are conflicted and confused, and constantly trying to suppress urges.
You're going way over my head, mate. I've never had an urge I wanted to suppress. In fact, I lean more towards indulgence of urges than suppression.
It's not like I can even hide the fact that it's a girl's car. The freaking thing is pink.
It's not like you have a choice either. You need a car and the Bleeding Heart is the only person selling one.
Wait, did you say the Bleeding Heart?
So you can hear me over those trousers.
This is even worse than I thought. It's a liberal car. The damn thing is bound to be environmentally friendly. It probably runs on soybeans or the driver's sense of self-satisfaction.
Alright, fine. Don't buy the bloody car. Turn up to a major crossover between all the big superheroes in a 1979 Shabby Nova.
At least it's not pink.
No, it's mostly rust-coloured. In fact, I'm pretty sure the rust is the only thing holding it together.
I suppose we could get the Liberal Mobile resprayed in a manly color, and we can probably get that sweet perfumed smell of girls out of the car.
Yeah, just leave a pair of your underpants and an open bag of garlic pretzels in the back and it'll smell like the Nova in no time.
It's not like I have much choice.
That's the spirit.
It's just another click, click, click. Sometimes you just don't realize it. Alright. Is it as simple as this?
Good day, miss. Is this the, Bleeding Heart? My name is the Purple Patriot. Oh, you remember me? Yes, I suppose it is hard to forget someone getting hit in the head so often. Look, I'll cut right to the chase. I understand you have a top-end automobile for sale, and I'm in the market for a Patriot mobile. You have misgivings about selling to a fascist puppet who tramples on the principles you hold dear? I see. Tell me, how many other people have expressed an interest in buying said vehicle? I'll see you in a half an hour. Apparently, dollars trump principles.
Another fallen idol to mourn.
She'll meet us in the parking lot behind the 125th precinct, over by the entrance to the park. It's the Bleeding Heart, New York's liberal do-gooder superheroine. I feel nauseous.
She's like Susan Sarandon crossed with Catwoman. I feel a tingling sensation in my boxers.
I see you could drag yourself away from the ironing.
Well, you sounded so desperate and needy on the phone. I hope I didn't take you away from an important mission like rescuing a cat from a tree or helping a damsel fix her stiletto heel.
I would say get a room, you two, but I'm still holding on to the faint hope of having a chance myself.
I'm not sure which of us you're hoping for, but judging by the company you keep, you've got more chance with him.
Let's just get down to business. I have some questions about the car.
Of course. That big round thing in front of the driver's seat is the steering wheel.
And I guess that stick marked park and reverse is where you hang your purse. I suppose, being a girl, you can't tell me anything about the engine.
It's a 6.5-liter V8 with quad overhead camshaft and fully electronic fuel injection. The original hemispherical combustion chamber has been replaced with an active chamber for improved efficiency and heat dissipation. I noticed that the original fuel pump was struggling, so I replaced it with a new model which has 10 inlet and outlet valves and redesigned end caps.
I see. I see. Vroom vroom! Is the bodywork bulletproof?
The windows are made up of multiple layers of ballistic glass, which are laminated to a polycarbonate shield. The body is comprised of ballistic nylon, high-hardened ballistic steel, and Ultra Shield 3000.
Well, that sounds pretty sturdy.
It's very resilient, but I recommend you upgrade to something with more protection.
Why? Have you been seriously injured while driving this vehicle?
No, but I don't have a knack of pissing people off like you do.
That's true. You're the only person I know who gets death threats from the Salvation Army.
Where are the guns and missiles at?
It doesn't have any weapons. I'm a non-violent superhero.
Ha! What do you do? Nag supervillains to death?
Oh, I'm such a ditz, I dropped the keys. Would you be a doll and pick them up for me?
Well, I'm nothing if not a gentleman.
Did I mention that, as well as being non-violent, I'm also very clumsy?
It's unconventional, but a very effective weapon nonetheless. I'm a bit worried about the fluffy dice.
They're not part of the car, dummy. They just untie.
It's not that. I noticed they obscure the rearview mirror. Didn't they get in the way when you were doing your makeup while driving?
Jackass.
I don't.
Just as well. I'm not sure you're capable.
Why did we have to meet in the parking lot behind the 125th precinct?
I just happened to be in the area. Plus, I thought it would be handy to have reliable witnesses around if you start brutalizing a jaywalker or something.
That was completely uncalled for.
Thank you, faithful assistant.
I'll have you know I'm a very reliable witness.
Of course you do. You only have a man's brain.
Alright. I wanted to see if there's anything else, that's all.
So you are. I suppose I was a fool to get my hopes up.
Okay, how much do you want for this hunk of scrap?
I'll accept $500,000.
Sister, you must have been huffing scouring powder when you were cleaning the sink this morning. This heap isn't worth a fraction of that.
I know, but you're forgetting 3 things. Number 1, you need a vehicle fit for a superhero. And number 2, I know you're getting a huge payoff from the television studio.
And number 3?
I hate you.
Fine. I'll write you a check.
Let me see your driver's license first.
Why? Is there a bottle of whiskey in the glove compartment?
There are laws about selling cars of this spec. I can only sell to someone who has passed his superhero class driving exam.
I've never heard of anything like that before.
You don't appear to have heard of underarm deodorant either, but I can assure you they both exist.
Fine! I'll bring you my license. If they give them out to women, they can't be very hard to acquire.
Don't we have it already?
Hey, sweetheart. We've agreed.
I told you already.
Nope, that's not where I wanted to go.
you know anything about a superhero class on the driver's license?
Why, yes. It's arranged through a dedicated office at City Hall.
Can't you do anything for me here? I hate standing around in queues for hours at City Hall.
What makes you think the bureaucracy here is any better? Do you know how many forms I have to fill out just to get a new ink cartridge for the laser printer? Excuse me. Do you know how many forms I make Melvin fill out just to get a new ink cartridge for the laser printer?
7. 9 if it's the colour cartridges.
Anyway, you won't have to worry too much about queues. Superheroes have been incredibly hesitant to register with City Hall since the scheme began. It's like they think Senator Kelly and Senator Keene are going to ban excessive violence or send giant robots out looking for superheroes who don't follow the rules.
Chumps. Thank you for your time, Lieutenant.
It's weird how he's like nice to her. He's almost kind of like nice to her, and yet he's like mean to the Purple Heart. Maybe it's because he knows he needs her help to. I'm so happy.
The notice board contains various City Hall notices considered especially relevant to superpowered humans.
Instructor needed for self-defense classes. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Captain Colossal for everything he brought to the role, and wish him all the best in his forthcoming class action where he will be denying 117 charges of maiming.
Isn't this one of those freestanding punch bags? What's it doing here?
It's one of my old movie props. It's for stress relief. People in queues get stressed, they go and punch something.
You want to give it a go, old friend?
No thanks, mate. Punching things is not my preferred method of relaxation.
I don't think they're likely to encourage you to do that while you're waiting, faithful assistant.
That was obvious.
It's that radical butcher who was at the AGS auditions.
Do you mind if I ask why you hate him so much? I mean, I see the reasons why you hate that flamboyant superhero and the Bleeding Heart. I don't agree with them, but I understand. What's your beef with this guy, though?
He murdered numerous Russian civilians simply for disagreeing with their corrupt communist government. Isn't that reason enough?
You know, I guess I can't argue with that. I don't break out in a rash at the merest mention of communism, and I don't have a dartboard with Fidel Castro's photo on it. But regardless of his political affiliations, if he has killed Russian civilians, he richly deserves our contempt.
Precisely. If our government gets wind of what he was doing in Russia, they're gonna start asking us some uncomfortable questions, like why we're not more effective at killing everyone who disagrees with our government.
My hero.
Isn't working in a place like this a bit democratic and capitalist for a pinko like you?
His first step toward full defection. I do good job here, they give me pardon for past crimes and American citizenship.
It makes me sick how they reward foreigners for showing disloyalty to their own countries and then give them citizenship to the greatest country on earth.
You were a foreigner once, you know, or your ancestors were.
Take that back! There were no damn immigrants in my family!
So you're purebred Native American, are you?
Damn straight! I can trace my family history back to the... you know... Teddy Bear's Picnic.
Boston Tea Party.
That too! I'm directly descended from the men who stole this country from the Red Indians.
That's wrong on so many levels.
You two want to argue about immigration all day, or you have business at Office of Superhuman Affairs?
Well, I do enjoy a good argument, especially online.
This is no time to be twatting about on Twitter, old friend. We're here on official business. I understand this is where I apply for a superhero class driver's license?
Da, I can arrange test.
Test! I need this thing in a hurry. This is precisely why this job should be given to Americans. Everything is always tomorrow with you damn foreigners. You have no idea of the cultural niceties which keep America running smooth.
You give me $200, I give you a driver's license today.
He seems to be catching on quick.
How come you're wearing your costume? Isn't that a rather goofy outfit for a City Hall employee?
I gonna take fashion advice from you? But next I take elocution lessons from Hulk?
Ha! You are so burned.
Or maybe I take tips on being sensitive lover from Four-Eyed Virgin.
That was unnecessarily cruel.
So?
Nothing, just giving credit where it's due.
Here's your $200, you communist sellout.
You don't mind a bit of change, do you?
Make no difference to me. It's still legal tender.
Yeah, and I guess you could always melt it down and build a Skoda out of it, right?
You have driver's license? Here is new license. You're now authorized to drive any superhero vehicle.
Any vehicle? I thought the license was for cars only.
It's for any type of superhero vehicle. In test, you fly crime copter as well.
Ah, damn it! I wish I'd taken the freaking test now.
I'm happy you did it.
Okay. Let's go get our car.
Here's a check for the $500,000 and my recently upgraded driver's license. You'll note that I'm now licensed to drive superhero class vehicles.
Very impressive. I've never heard of anyone getting their S-Class license the same day they applied.
Yeah, well, of course, it helped that I'm not a woman driver.
Well, here are the keys. Sorry, I have terrible depth perception because I'm a woman.
Okay, faithful friend. Are you ready to take her for a spin?
I'm beginning to wish I hadn't hung up on that guy who tried to sell me life insurance this morning.
Fear not, cowering assistant. With an incredible driver like me at the wheel, what could possibly go wrong?
Well, that was pretty bloody exhilarating. Once more around the block, shall we?
I admit I should have kept a closer eye on the fuel gauge.
It certainly gives a whole new context to the phrase, put your foot down, doesn't it?
You're still peeved, and with good reason.
No, really?
It was bad timing, but how was I to know what would happen?
Well, maybe if you didn't go flipping the bird to Hell's Angels, it wouldn't matter if the car ran out of gas.
I got us out of there without the need for senseless violence, didn't I?
Yeah, but only by giving them my laptop. When did you become a pacifist anyway? I thought senseless was your favourite kind of violence.
I prefer to give than to receive.
That is so becoming the outgoing message on our answering machine. I knew there was a reason I bought a mobile phone with a high-powered microphone.
So do I need to... I think that's everything, so we can go here.
I have collected all of the supporting documentation you asked me to bring.
Awesome. Let me have your application form and I'll get this processed. All this seems in order, but I'll have to check your vehicle. Did you bring it with you?
I'm, trying to keep it off the road. There's a minor defect with the bodywork that needs taking care of.
Oh? What's wrong with it?
It's freaking pink!
I can see how that would be embarrassing for you. If you just swing it around back, it'll be off the street, and I can just confirm that the registration matches your documentation.
Very well, Lieutenant. Anything to assist the NYPD.
To the Patriot Cave.
The damn thing's still pink! Have you had anything done to it at all?
Well, I had planned to paint it Patriot purple, but we're having a few problems with the decals. It may take a little bit longer, but I'll get it done even if we have to burn them off. I have had a radio installed so that you can communicate with me via the computer system, and so that I can send you back information relevant to your mission.
What about the weapons? I don't see any.
The designer suggested that we mount all of the weapons internally. Otherwise, the weapons could present a threat to the structural integrity of the chassis. Some of them are actually already installed and hooked up on the dashboard. There are quite a few more to come later, though.
Excellent work.
Also, I had heated seat covers installed.
Thank God for that. I thought I had an accident for a moment. Is it safe to take the Patriot Mobile out for a spin yet, Melvin?
Put it this way, it's not getting any safer.
Good enough for me. Come along, old chum. We have crime to fight.
Actually, I thought I might stay here.
In what way will you be a trusted sidekick if you're not at my side?
You don't need me for this. You're only going down to the police precinct to get your superhero license. It's just administrative duties.
We really ought to get some kind of secretary to handle this sort of menial work, don't you think?
If either of us could get a woman, you wouldn't be running around in purple tights trying to impress people, and I wouldn't spend the long winter evenings playing Cortex Command.
I've brought all of the documentation you asked for, Lieutenant. I wonder if you could arrange that superhero license for me now.
I'd be delighted. I just need to get some information from you.
Fire away!
What name would you like to give your crime-fighting group?
How about the New York Patriots?
Don't the NFL franchises move around often enough without you confusing everyone further?
We're called Vengeance Force.
I don't think I can accept that name.
Why ever not?
Everyone will think you're a Rob Liefeld comic book.
No one would believe that. I have feet. The Supreme League of Patriots!
Roll the credits.
Isn't that a teeny bit, fascist sounding?
Well, Mussolini was a close friend of the family.
Okay, you're the boss.
I prefer Il Duce.
Oh look, name of the game. Now what?
What's the ride like?
She pulls to the left when you get up past 200, but generally she's pretty good.
How the hell did you get up to 200 in New York City? There's too much traffic to even get close to that speed.
People just move out of the way when you put the siren on.
Imagine that.
Yeah, I know. It's really very...
Switch it off! I can't hear myself think.
What was that, old chum? I'll switch it off. I bet you can't hear yourself think. was a slightly embarrassing moment when I stopped in Central Park to impress some chicks.
Uh-oh. What did you do?
Well, I stopped down near Little West 12th Street when I saw some cute college girls. I hit the switch on the dashboard to operate the hydraulics that make the car bounce like a lowrider.
But it hasn't got any hydraulics to make it bounce. You wouldn't let me install them, remember?
Indeed. Well, it's fresh in my mind. We need to restock the Patriot mobile with heat-seeking missiles.
Oh, you didn't.
Incidentally, you know McNally's bar on Little West 12th?
Yeah, it's a popular student hangout.
Well, it's now on 9th Avenue, Washington Street, and a few parts of Hudson.
Lawsuit pending?
I doubt it, old friend. That's when I hit the siren, got her up to 200, and got the hell out of there.
Now what?
I've completed our registration. We actually had to register as a team, even though you've decided not to get superpowers yourself. We're now officially known as the Supreme League of Patriots!
Funny thing, for a moment there I could have sworn you said the Supreme League of Patriots.
That's what I said.
Why? I can't imagine there was a waiting list to register as the East Harlem chapter of the Ku Klux Klan. Hell, why not go hog wild and call ourselves the New York Neo-Nazis?
Don't tell me your famously sensitive liberal sensibilities are offended by our new name.
Well, how could I be? I mean, you've only picked a name that makes us sound like a bunch of white supremacist, homophobic, Bible-thumping maniacs. You genuinely can't see any problems with that?
Well, I suppose the Dove World Outreach Center might think we're stealing their bit. I probably should have consulted you on the name of our group, faithful companion.
Probably.
You know how I am. I get excited. If there was something I could do to make it up to you, I would.
Forget about it. I'm starting to see the funny side of things now.
That's the spirit, old friend. But what is the funny side?
Supreme League of Patriots? Our initials are SLOP.
No, because you see, well, the L is really silent. I mean, son of a bitch!
Hang on, I just got a pop-up telling me that your name was mentioned on police radio.
How did you know that my name was mentioned on police radio?
I have the computer scanning all police frequencies for any mention of the Purple Patriot. Well, actually, it's a bit more complicated than that. It uses an advanced algorithm to intelligently pick out any information related to you, including if your name is only partially mentioned, or even if your name itself is never directly referenced at all.
So it created a text transcript of the radio message and sent you an alert?
Yep. Also, it changed the date to Patriots Day, ordered the entire Deep Purple back catalogue on iTunes, and started playing a video of Tinky Winky on YouTube. I'm fine-tuning it.
What does the police radio message say about me?
Apparently, the Cold War warrior has been arrested for taking bribes.
You see? I told you he couldn't be trusted with a government job, let alone giving him citizenship.
You're the one who bribed him.
You're right. I guess I am single-handedly responsible for bringing him to justice.
Funny you should say that, because that's what he thinks too.
What do you mean?
When they took him into custody, he promised revenge on that idiot in the purple pyjamas and swore to escape from custody and wreak a terrible punishment on New York.
Damn! City or state?
City.
Damn!
What terrible revenge will the Cold War warrior take? Will anything be able to halt Kyle's personality transformation? Will Consuela make good on her promise to destroy the Purple Patriot? Why don't I get a bigger role in these games? Find out in the explosive conclusion to Season 1 of the Supreme League of Patriots!
Woo! Yeah, we finished the second episode. Alright. No, we're skipping through that. Well, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll be back soon with Chapter 3, perhaps the end of this series. If they come out with any more Supreme League of Patriots games, I can assure you I will be playing them already. Okay. Bye.